Petroleum. The world relies on it every day to power our cars and airplanes and heat our homes. Today, the main source for our diesel and gasoline and jet fuel is petroleum. Supplies are finite. Demand is growing. Because of this, the U.S. Department of Energy hopes to see 20% of petroleum-based transportation fuels replaced with alternatives by 2030. To do that, we will need a range of dependable and affordable renewable fuel technologies. That's where Honeywell comes in. We are developing ways to produce alternative, lower-emission green fuels from biofeedstocks, including non-food sources like algae. Two of the first alternative fuels to be widely adopted have been ethanol and biodiesel, which are fuel additives, not fuel replacements. And ethanol and biodiesel are not completely compatible with today's distribution and automotive infrastructure, which further limits widespread adoption. Honeywell, through its UOP subsidiary, is working to improve on today's biofuels by making real green fuels that are molecularly identical to the ones we use today. Honeywell has more than 9 decades of experience developing and commercializing processes and catalysts to refine oil that are used today in all of the world's refineries. This same expertise is being applied to the hydrocarbon molecules found in plants and algae, and the results include green fuels that can be used in our existing fuel infrastructure, and as a result, can be adopted far more rapidly. Honeywell's eco-fining process takes oils from plants and algae and turns it into Honeywell Green Diesel, a high-performance drop-in diesel fuel that can be used alone or blended with petrodiesel. It has the potential to replace a sizable portion of today's petroleum-based fuels. Unlike biodiesel, which is an additive that must be blended into fuel, green diesel is molecularly identical to the diesel we use today. And, unlike these additives, green diesel is stable and is not corrosive to pipelines and internal combustion engines. The life cycle greenhouse gas emissions of green diesel are 65 to 80% less than that of standard diesel fuel. Building on green diesel technology, Honeywell is working with partners: the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, the U.S. military, major aircraft manufacturers, and major airlines to turn biofeedstocks into new green fuels. We have already produced and successfully tested jet fuel from biofeedstocks that meets the demanding and exacting requirements of military and commercial aircraft. This technology has been successfully demonstrated in test flights with engine performance as good, and in some cases better, than jet fuel made from crude oil. Honeywell is also working on technology to produce other fuels, such as green gasoline and high-value chemicals from biofeedstocks. Just developing solutions in the lab isn't enough. These technologies need to be commercialized. For technologies to be commercially viable, second-generation feedstocks are required that can be produced in large quantities while not competing with food crops for valuable land and water resources. One second-generation feedstock is jatropha, an inedible plant that grows in arid land and whose seeds produce oil. Another is algae, which can be commercially cultivated and harvested, and has the largest yield per acre of any potential biofeedstock. Algae, in fact, can produce more than 30 times as much oil on a per-acre basis as soybeans, for example. Honeywell is also advancing technology to convert cellulosic biomass, plant waste such as wood bark and sawdust, as well as corn stalks, into fuel. The technology is called rapid thermal processing, or RTP. Biomass is rapidly heated and then cooled, turning the material into a pourable, carbon-neutral liquid that can be used to generate heat and power in industrial settings. It could be used to produce fuels such as gasoline. Ideas like these can form the basis of a comprehensive energy strategy for the 21st century. It is important that the effectiveness and efficiency of each respective solution determine how widely it is used. Honeywell is continually developing new technologies to meet the energy challenges of today and tomorrow. In addition to its work in fuels, Honeywell offers dozens of energy efficiency options that, if widely adopted, can substantially reduce energy consumption by as much as 15 to 20% today. For more information about Honeywell's energy efficiency portfolio, visit honeywellnow.com.